Sorry for the background, guys. I'm Nicole. Welcome to Home and Garden Fix and Tricks. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to sow some seeds. I have two types of seeds here. We have sweet pepper and we have tomato. Now, the best way to sow your seeds is actually in a pot or a little container, so that if it is raining outside or if you have too much sun, you can always bring it inside where you have shade. You know, and if you live in places where you have snow, if it is snowing, you can carry it on the inside. So I have the soil in the pot already. All I'm going to do now is to make some drills. These drills are about 1/2 inch deep. Don't want to make it deeper because I don't want to sow the seeds so deep. And as I said, sorry for the background noise, but my neighbor is doing some construction, so you know, you have to forgive them. Or forgive me. Alright, so I'm going to make the drills like that. Right, and I'm not going to broadcast the seeds. I'm going to put the seeds, sow the seeds along these little drills. Right? So that you have uniformity and you can have space between the seeds. Or the seedlings when they grow. You're just going to take the seeds and you're going to place them. Just like that. Right? No, that is it. Now the tomatoes are going to germinate much faster, so you're going to see them coming up first. It doesn't mean that the peppers are, you know, not growing. It's just that peppers take a longer time to germinate. I'm also going to treat it with some insecticide. This is Sowing's insecticide, so I'm just going to put this insecticide powder, and this is to prevent any insect from damaging the seeds, any ants or anything like that. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. If your soil is clean and don't have any hands, you don't have to use this. Because that is chemical, and you know, some of you are afraid to use chemical, and chemical is not really good. So you're just going to use a tool now and slightly cover the seeds. Don't put back your hand in there, as the chemical is there. So use your tool and cover. Within a week, the tomato is supposed to germinate, and within 2 weeks, the pepper. Alright, so the next step now is to water. This is very important that you water. If you sow seed and you don't water, it's not going to grow. Notice that I have a bottle, and what I did is just to punch some holes in the top of the bottle, and I'm going to fold this bottle and keep it close to the pot with the seedlings or with the seeds, because this is what I'm going to use on a daily basis. You don't want to just pour water in there with the big droplets, because that will sink the seed even further down and they will not grow. So I just devised this simple mechanism, and you give it a good soaking. If you see any of them coming up through, just get a little piece of stick like right here, push it down. Remember, they will not grow unless they are in the soil, and you want them to have a good root, the seedlings to have a good rooting system, so, or a good root system. So you want to get them down as deep as possible, but not too deep at the same time. Just give it a good soaking. I think this is it. That's good enough. There's another one right here. And as I said, within a week the tomato is supposed to germinate, and then the pepper will come in after 2 weeks. Alright? This now you're going to put this at a cool place. You can cover it temporarily and watch it. Just cover it to retain moisture, because seedlings does not need light to germinate. So they will germinate in total darkness. But as soon as you see them start to pop out to germinate, you have to remove the covering. So I'm just going to use this bucket cover that I have here and cover it like that when I remove the seeds. But you have to monitor it to see when the seedlings start to emerge, because if the seedlings start to emerge and it is still covered, they are going to die because you don't not going to get any light, right? And you know that the seedlings will need light to grow. So that's it. I'm going to come back when it starts to germinate and I'm going to show you. I'm going to update you. All right, stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back after 4 days. I did these on the 30th of April and today is the 4th of May. And of course you can see, as I told you, the tomatoes are coming up. You can see the top of the stem there coming out, making a loop, coming out of the seed, emerging out of the cotyledons themselves. So I have to remove the covering. Remember I told you that I was going to cover this. So I have to remove it, because if you don't, at this time the seedlings will suffer from the lack of sunlight and they will just turn yellow and die. So I have it here close to where I have my compost. So I have the compost heap right there. You can see some plants growing in it. So it's right here. It's a cool area, it's under a tree. And this is actually a tomato on the ground here growing. Right? I'm just going to allow that to grow, and then when it reaches a stage I can move it. I also have a few over here growing in pots, and they are doing lovely, except for those leaf miners. I'm going to spray. I'm going to give them a little treatment, so just to get rid of those leaf miners on the leaf there. You can see those little lines in the leaf, the one to the right, that's leaf miner. It's an insect that mine out the leaves, take out the green pigment from the leaves, so you have to treat that. So they're doing well. My pumpkin vine is doing extremely well as well, and I have some sweet pepper over there and some sugar cane. So I'm going to come back in about 10 days or so and give you an update on these, just to get very close so you can see them. I'm going to come back and give you an update. Alright, stay tuned. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is 11 days after we have sown these seeds, and as you can see, the tomatoes are way out of the blocks. See them? These are the sweet peppers just emerging. So the sweet peppers emerge about day 9 going into day 10, because as I said, this is day 11. So and you can see them coming up, but they begin emerging about day 9 going into day 10. So these take about 9 days to germinate, while these take 5 days to germinate. As you can see, they are a little bit leggy in terms of the length or their height. They are a little bit leggy, and that is because of the light. In the night I have a very bright light in the backyard, and it's shining in this direction, so they are growing towards the light. You see them bending towards the light, because plants are light sensitive, especially when they are in their developmental stage, in the early developmental stage, like the seedling stage. They are very, very, very sensitive to light, and they will tend to grow in the direction of the light very easily, and they become leggy. So I just use this as basically as an experiment, just to show you when you're doing yours, make sure that you have overhead light. Make sure they have good overhead light, and you want to put this, don't put it where it is shaded, but because I can't do better, I don't want to put it out in the open out there, because they're going to dry out. But if I had a plastic container, what I would do is put the plastic container right over it, punch some hole in the top, just like have a little greenhouse effect, and I'll put it where it have overhead lighting. Because it is right here where we don't have any overhead lighting. That is why the seedlings are growing so leggy. But as I said, I am just using this as an experiment, just to show you, so you don't make the same mistake as what is happening right here. Because everything is everything is a learning experience, and this is a learning experience for me. Well, it's a learning experience for everyone, especially those who are watching who may not be savvy in terms of growing seedlings. So I just leave it to show you. So if you don't want your seedlings to look leggy, don't put them where you have light shining to one direction. You want to have light distributing equally over the seedlings, so that they grow very short, very firm, very robust and nice, instead of growing this leggy. Because when they are leggy like this, they're prone to toppling over later on when you transplant them. But as I said, they are perfectly okay. And as I said, this is day 11. I'm just giving you an update on the progress of the seedlings. Maybe I want to come back maybe another 5 days or so just to show you the progress and where they are at. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final stage of the video. As you can see, the tomato seedlings, they are doing well. The sweet peppers are not quite doing so well, so you know, that's it. I have lost a few of them, so we only have a few leave. I've lost a few of them due to damping off, which is a fungal disease, you know. But that was expected because I didn't treat the soil, I didn't put it in any special medium or anything. I just went ahead and sow it in regular soil. However, the tomatoes are doing quite well. Just having a little bit of leaf miner there, so I actually treated them for that, you know. And these are maybe in the next week or so can be transplanted. This is day 4. This is 24 days after sowing, and this is how they are. Sweet peppers not doing so well, but the tomatoes, you know, they are okay, given that they are outside under the weather, in the direct sun and everything. Well, not in the complete direct sun. I have them in a shaded area, but you understand what I mean. You get the drift. So you can do it. Easy, simple. I will advise not to use soil. I will advise to use some potted mixture. You know, so you can buy some potting soil and use that to sow your seedlings. They will do much better in that, because all the problems that I have now is due to the soil, with all its pathogens and so forth, and insects and, you know, pests. So if you're gonna do this, you can use the pot, but don't use any soil. Just use the potting mix straight, and they will do much better. All right. Thank you very much, and remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel Home and Garden Fix and Tricks. For Home and Garden Fix and Tricks, I'm Nigel. Peace.